Hello, and welcome back to Dark Souls, picking up right where the last video left off. We're going to be fighting the boss now, I believe. Actually, let's go back to Majula, because you remember we got the thing for the blacks. Did I seriously not rest at the bonfire at Majula? Okay, so Majula is our hub world, and in order to teleport to places you have to rest at the bonfire. Apparently I didn't rest at the bonfire there, which is strange, because I thought I did. So we're going to travel to our closest bonfire, which is the first bonfire we ever rested at in the tutorial area. And we're going to run to Majula real quick because there's some stuff that there's some unfinished business right there at that place. You remember we picked up a few Estus Flask shards, which I want to use to upgrade our Estus Flask. That healing potion down in the bottom left. And also we got the blacksmith key, so I want to get our blacksmith ready. You can probably hear the phone ringing right now. It's not the coolest thing, but so once we go to Majula, after we go to Majula, we're heading back to the Forest of Fallen Giants, and we'll be fighting the boss of the area. So yeah, we have this like scenic overlook as soon as we come out to Majula. Now, what we're going to be doing at the blacksmith is we're probably going to be upgrading our weapon a little bit. This will probably be the weapon, this starting sword, we probably will be using for a little bit. It's not the best weapon, but it is a weapon, and we're eventually going to be replacing it. So, that'll be nice to have a different weapon. So there's a couple items that we might want to pick up that are just sitting around here at Majula. It was a life gem. Now, if you remember, we got a mansion key from Kale, and that opens up this mansion, or a house key, I should say. And here, there's a few items. There's an interesting large book there. So there we get a Pharaoh's Lock Stone, which, if you remember in the last episode, we used to open that hidden door, and we'll be using them to open up all sorts of hidden things throughout the Let's Play. So down there we'll fight an enemy and he's going to give us some items, but before we do so, let's come up here and we're going to loot this place a little bit more. I don't believe this chest is trapped. No, it is not. And there we'll get more Titanite shards, which we can use to upgrade stuff, which, as I said, we'll be talking to the blacksmith and upgrading our sword. We're going to come back down here, and we're going to go through here. Now if you look down on the ground here, you remember Kale mentioned a map he found in the mansion. This is what he's talking about. This is actually a map of Drangleic, I guess. You can't really like use the map for anything, but it's there. So here's a skeleton, which is an enemy we haven't found yet. You can see he takes quite a bit of damage to kill. I believe this is one of the few instances where we actually see skeletons in the game. I know they're fairly common fantasy RPG enemy, but we shouldn't be fighting too many of them. There is one boss that summons skeletons. It's quite annoying. But we're going to open up this rather ornate chest, and inside we're going to find Twinkling Titanite, which is another form of upgrading equipment that's used for like really rare weapons. So in there we got our Estus Flask shard, so I think we have 3 now, so we'll be up to like 5 Estus Flasks, which is really good for this point in the game. Most people don't usually have that many at this point in the game, but I mean, as I said in previous episodes, I've played this game quite a lot, so I know a lot of the items are hidden, and just generally I know where to go. So we did come in this room earlier. We come in here. There's the dude we can buy armor from, but we have this like best like starting armor, so we don't have to buy anything from him right away. You probably actually won't be using too much like heavy armor because the weapon we're going to be using is quite heavy, and I don't want to weigh ourselves down too much because I don't know if you know how the equipment works in this game, but if you look in the bottom right, you'll see a percentage number. That's the percent of how much our equipment weighs versus how much equipment burden we can hold. Once it goes above 50, our roll gets slower. Once it gets above 70, we have like a slow roll versus like this pretty smooth roll. We'll have like a roll where we like fall on the ground and like get back up. And once it gets like above like 100 or so, then you like can't even move. So we want to keep our weight rather low. So we're gonna be using a heavy weapon. So in order to compensate for that weight, we'll have to use lighter armor. So we open up the blacksmith shop, and we're going to open up this chest. I believe it has a short bow in it. Yeah, we might use that later to take out some annoying enemies. But now that we've opened up the shop, now we have to like rest at the bonfire and until we be in the shop. So yeah, I just lit the bonfire. Apparently I never rested at that before, which is kind of shocking. I guess I'm in too much of a hurry because I'm just like worried about this Let's Play.
Is that a shard you found? Here, let me see it to see light, however faint.
So we're gonna upgrade our SS flask here. I believe we have to, yeah, we're gonna have to just like keep clicking here. We can't just like do it all at once, which is a nuisance, but that's always been something. Okay, so yeah, we used all our Estus flash shards. Okay, so I was up to 4 Estus, not 5, but whatever, man. Actually, we should talk to her and we'll level up. And if you remember, we picked up that sword from that knight we killed earlier, and we should use that. Cause why not? So yeah, she's gonna say that line of the series of lines every time we talk to her, so I'm gonna be skipping them. If you have a problem with that, I'm sorry, but how much dexterity did we need to use that weapon? Let's go to our inventory, weapons. Where is it? Oh, it's over here. High Knight Sword, we need... I can't actually see. I have to go into my other inventory screen. We need 10 dexterity, so we're going to level up our dexterity a little bit. And as we have decent starting health, I'll probably level up strength a little bit. Because as I said, later in the game we're going to be using a rather large weapon, so we're going to need a lot of strength to hold it. Okay, so we should be able to equip this weapon now. And so this sword does lightning damage, plus I believe it does a little bit more overall regular attack. And also has a bit of a different moveset. So we have that like vertical swing there, and if we do our heavy attacks, we get a nice horizontal swing and then the thrust. So this weapon's very versatile. It can hit enemies in almost any fashion. So we're going to talk to this blacksmith. His name's Leningrass. He's basically telling us he'll be our blacksmith. And we're going to reinforce our crap. So if you look at the bottom there, it says we need a Titanite shard to upgrade this, and we also need 500 souls. So we can upgrade that once. And I want to upgrade it more times, but as you can see, I'm out of souls right now. So if you've been keeping up with the Let's Play, you know I picked up a few of these soul items, and this is when I like to use them, when I just like need to do something real quick. So we'll eat like 3 of these. That'll give us a decent amount of souls. Actually, let's eat more because we're gonna want to do a little bit more upgrading. So we ate 5 of those souls. So now we have 1,156 souls in the bottom right. Oh, I actually went to buy. I want to reinforce. I want to upgrade it one more time. So you may think this is wasteful, but really this is the main use for souls in this game, is spending them, so whatever, man. Wait, do I not have enough? Oh, I need 3, I only have 2. Oh well. So we have more souls right now, but we still upgrade our weapon a bit. So, no skin off my back. We're going to travel back to the Forest of Fallen Giants, and we're going to fight the boss. So the boss of the Forest of Fallen Giants is a, you might not have expected this, but it's actually a giant. So, he's a pretty easy boss, though he has some stronger attacks compared to most of the bosses in the game, which is really annoying, because sometimes he might, like, one-hit you. Though, as I've stated plenty of times, I have plenty of health, and I start off with the best starting armor, so I shouldn't be taking too much damage, and, he's a pretty simple boss. He only has, like, 2 or 3 attacks, I believe, or types of attacks. I mean, he will attack you more than 2 or 3 times. Now, if we were human, we could summon help for this boss, but we're not, so I'm not going to worry about it. But I should be able to solo this boss fine. If I die, I'm going to, you know, come off as a pretty stupid, cocky bastard, but whatever. So as you can see, this guy... Oh god. His main attacks are stomping. He hit me right there, but we're going to heal up real quick. But we can lock onto both his legs, and that's going to be our main way of attacking him. Oh, and that was one of his other attacks where he just kind of falls on you, which doesn't really make sense. But you can see his health bar at the bottom. It's going down moderately quick because, as I said, we upgrade our sword, and we're also using a lightning damage weapon, which he may or may not be weak to. I'm no expert on enemies in this game. I mean, I can fight them pretty well, but knowing their resistances, I mean, I'm no Pokemon master. So you might notice he just ripped his arm off there. That's what he does when he gets half health. And he's gonna use that as a weapon now. So that's what a lot of bosses do in Dark Souls. They, once they get down to 50% health, they start, they enter like a second form. And they usually do more damage. So, we're gonna heal up real quick, hopefully. Okay, we managed to heal up and get out of there just in time. Oh, he's going to jump back, which is not what we want him to do. We don't want distance between us, otherwise he's just going to smack us in the face with that arm. What we want him to do is we want him to do his stomping attacks, because that's mainly what we can dodge. Okay, he's going to go down here. So, that's a relatively easy boss fight. I did take a few bad hits there. But we won, and anyone that wins is good enough for me. So, as you can see, he gave us plenty of souls right there. Whoa, that guy's like glitching that door. That's pretty nice. We can't open this door yet. We need a key that we won't get till very late in the game because we remember those fire salamanders that we saw down in the pit earlier. That's what's down there, and they're pretty tough enemies. So we have quite a bit of souls, so we might level up a bit and then come back because I said this in the previous episode, but there's actually 2 bosses here, and the second one is a rather interesting boss. Because there's multiple ways to beat him. He's a lot easier if you summon multiple people, but I probably won't be doing that because what's the fun of this if this is easy, right? You guys don't want to see me like die and rage and all that stuff, right? I probably won't be dying too much over the course of the Let's Play. I died once over the course of 3 episodes, so I don't need to brag, but I know this game pretty well. So we're gonna use these souls and we're gonna level up. No, or level up, not upgrade our Estus Flask. We're gonna level up our stamina a bit. That'll increase our, or we're gonna level up endurance. That'll increase our stamina. Let's level up our equipment load, a couple points. We don't need it right now, but we will be needing it in the future. And once again, we'll level up our strength a bit because we'll be needing that. So with all that done, we're going to head back to Forest Fallen Giants. So if you notice that the last giant when we killed him, he dropped a key called the Soldier's Key. And any previous locked doors that we found in the Forest of Fallen Giants, we should be able to open up with that Soldier's Key, which will be nice. Because if you remember earlier, there was a door over that way that was locked, and we'll be able to get to now. Okay, so that guy dropped some leggings. I don't know if that's better than the current armor. We can check. No, it's not. It's definitely not. Do we have any other things that might be better? No. Oh, we do have a few helmets, but I don't really want to wear them because that'll cover up her beautiful face. Who wants to do that? Wait, there's an enemy here. So we use our soldier key there, and we'll find a chest. I do not believe this is trapped. There are chests that we'll run into later that are also mimics, and so they look like normal chests, but whenever you open them, they'll just like kill you, and like they have teeth, and they'll just bite you, and you'll die. So we picked up the Ring of Restoration right there. So all our ring slots are full right now. We have 4 ring slots here, but this heals us over time. Which is good. We won't be using these rings for all of the game, but for early game, they're perfectly acceptable. So we're gonna be heading back this way. Oh, if you see on the ground right there, there's a little blue lizard dude. These guys, they're full of loot. They're full of like upgrading loot. So we're gonna kill him. All right, I managed. kill him before he got away there. And we picked up Titanite shards, which we can use to upgrade our weapon. Which I might run back to Majula and do that right now, so we have a better chance of beating this next boss. But we also picked up a thing called the large leather shield, and this is a really good. It'll be our best shield that we get for a while. It looks a little bit silly; it's just like a big white circle, but it does 90% physical damage resistance. So you're probably wondering, when will we get a shield that does 100% physical resistance? It won't be for a little while. We have to. I think we need 30 strength. We'll get a shield called the Tower Shield, and it's a big, like, fat, great shield, and that'll do quite a lot of different resistances besides just 100% physical. It has a lot of magic and, like, fire resistance, but it'll be a while before we get that shield. So we'll probably be rolling with this shield for quite a while. And I came back here to talk to the blacksmith, if I remember correctly. Yeah, let's reinforce this weapon. Okay, so we can reinforce it one more time, but I like to save large Titanite shards, because those are rather rare for a while in the game, and as I said, we'll be later replacing this weapon with a much larger one, and then it'll probably be a few episodes where we get to that weapon, but I don't want to waste too much resources on this weapon that we're eventually just going to discard. So we're going to come down here, and we're going to march back this way. And we're not going to get distracted by that blue lizard that spawned. So if you remember earlier, there's two spear men out here. And they're going to come through here and try to attack me. They're going to do the exact same attack. Alright, luckily I got one while the other one wasn't attacking. So that's nice. Doesn't always work out like that. And we got a backstab on that one, so that worked out just beautiful. So yeah, the enemies like to lay on the ground and trick you by popping up whenever you go do stuff. There's a guy standing out on this like giant sword that impaled the building. There's a halberd that we can pick up there, but we won't be using that. So I don't see a reason to go out there right now and possibly fall off the edge and die. Because dying's no good. So we're going to use the soldier key to open this door. Roll through there. And we're going to fight another Speeder Hollow. As you can see, that's quite a common enemy. And there's also a halberd dude that's going to fall down. Yeah, there he is. Alright, let's kill him before he can do any further damage. Is this guy gonna swing? Yep, there he goes. Alright. So we're gonna run up here. I don't believe there's any more enemies. There shouldn't be. If there are, I'd be surprised. And as you can see, there's a fog gate. And fog gates usually mean a boss battle. And in this case, it certainly does. So, as you can see, we're on top of a tower, and it looks very nice to look out there. But that's where our arena is going to be. So you can see there's a couple ballistas in there. If you summon other people to help you, you can basically use the ballistas. You have one guy distract the boss, the other use the ballistas, and he's really easy to kill. But if not, it's just basically like a really crazy duel, which is how we're going to be approaching it. If I die here, I'm sorry, but hey, that's more entertainment for you, right? Alright, so this guy's called the Pursuer. I'm going to be two-handing my weapon and just trying to dodge, because blocking this guy's attacks, he's going to do a lot of damage, and if you remember, we don't have 100% physical resistance on our weapon, so blocking his attacks isn't going to be good, because he'll still do quite a lot of damage. So we're just going to keep dodging and get attacking every once in a while. We haven't been hit yet, so that's good. And remember, we have 4 Estus, so we can heal if we do get hit. So he destroyed one of the ballistas there. That's what you have to watch out for whenever you're doing co-op, but as I said, we don't have to worry about that because we're not doing co-op. Now he did hit me with a shield right there, so he nicked off a little bit of damage, but it's nothing significant. Oh, that he did manage to smack me in the face right there, so that wasn't very nice of him. So as you see, we're slowly whittling him down. we have to like watch out for those combo moves he does. What you want to do is you want him to charge at us, because then we can roll past his weapon and get a hit in. As a perfect example right there. So this boss battle is like all about timing and just avoiding that. You want to really watch out for that, because that's if he hits you with that, he'll curse you. Whenever you're cursed, you lose quite a bit of health. And also, usually at this level, since you don't have a ton of health, that attack where his sword turns blue is usually an instant kill. And also, what he does when he does that is he throws you up into the air. It's pretty cool animation, but I don't want to see it right now because it would mean death. So, yeah, watch out for that. So you might notice I haven't used my shield at all, I'm just rolling. Whenever you roll in this game, you want to roll towards their sword arm, because that's less time that you're in front of the sword. If you run towards the shield, he can still finish his swing and hit you with the tip of his, or the back of his sword or something. So I just got out of there in time. But luckily he's down to about half health, so this is going quite well. Oh. So we're going to take that time to heal that we just, Alright, we're good. We're good. Okay, so I got a little bit greedy right there and almost got punished for it. But, I swung multiple times and he, dashed out of the way. He could have definitely punished me there if he went for it, but he didn't. So, yeah. It's all about timing. Getting those dodges in at the right time. That was pretty bad right there. But he's almost dead, so if I die, I'll be pretty mad. Okay, heal. So he's pretty close to being dead. Though I'm pretty close to being out of healing items. Okay, that was close. That was really close. Okay, don't die now. Please don't die now. Alright, he's dead. So we won that boss fight on the first try, which I honestly wasn't expecting. And he gives us the Ring of Blades, which is really good. And so we have to replace one of our rings. We'll probably replace the blue seal, because it's probably our least powerful one. So the Ring of Blades increases our physical attack damage, which I shouldn't have to explain why that's good. I mean, always doing more damage is good. Oh, here's one of the trees that formed from a dead giant that I was talking about. Giants are kind of funky in this game. We can examine it, and alas, nothing happened. But yeah, there's several of those in this area, but I said there's a few optional parts of this area that I didn't go to. So, you might remember that the Pursuer, when he came to the boss fight, was just being carried by a bird. I didn't mention that, which may seem a little bit weird, but I'm kind of accustomed to it now. Because birds are a mode of transportation in this Souls series. So, we're going to sit in this nest here, and, we're going to be surprised when this bird comes and picks us up. And, we're going to fly off into the sunset. Isn't that just magical? Okay, so this area is called the Lost Bastille. There are multiple ways to get to this area, and it's like, I consider this to be like the last area you do for the beginning game. Everything past this area is considered mid-game, but I don't want to be here yet because I'm not significantly leveled enough to be here. So, we're going to go to this area called Hyde's Tower Flame, which I may have previously mentioned because many players go there first instead of choosing one of the other locations. So we should level up here. No reason not to. Sorry I skipped through all the dialogue, but whatever. So what do we want to level up? Let's level up. Let's get each of these to 10. And then we'll level up Strength a bunch because we're going to be needing that later. I know I keep saying that, but the Great Club, which is what we're going to be using, it's basically a big stick. We're going to need quite a lot of strength. You might be saying, why aren't you leveling up your health? Why aren't you leveling up your health? Well, I'm not worried about my health because I don't want to brag, but I don't get hit too often. I am bragging. I don't get hit too often. Deal with it. So we're gonna come down here, and we're gonna look at this contraption, and it's gonna be like, oh, it's something weird. This will, if you look out the window there, you can see a little pathway and an item. That will be a pathway we go through later whenever we are able to change this place, but we don't have to worry about that now. So we're gonna come down here, and we're gonna be approaching one of my favorite areas in the game, just because of the sheer view it has. But let's open up this chest first. I believe, yeah, we get a shield. We have to go through this little sewer area. Now, if you remember entering the Forest of the Fallen Giants, we opened up a gate that took a little bit to open up. It's a similar thing here. We have to wait for this gate to open up because it's a hidden loading screen, actually. I believe this is a broken sword, so I'm not even going to bother picking that up. Broken thief sword, actually. So I don't want to clog up my inventory. You can like carry as much as you want in your inventory in this game. The only thing that weighs you down is what you have equipped. But still, navigating inventory, that can get pretty clogged up. So you might notice that this enemy is like pretty freaking huge, and why do I want to fight him? Well, they're actually pretty weak because their armor is quite brittle, and they're also pretty slow. So I got hit in the face right there, and I'm doing terrible, but it happens. Okay, so we killed him right there. And he actually dropped his armor, which is really heavy if I remember right. Yeah, if you look down at the bottom, actually, yeah, I can pull up my mouse. If you look down here, we have our current armor weighs 7.7. This armor weighs 16.4, and that turns our equipment burden up to like 60, which I don't want to do right now. Let's keep it in this like 40 range, 40 to 50, because I believe once we get to 50, we keep the same roll animation but slower. And right now, our rolling is really what's saving us, if you watch that Pursuer boss fight, right? So this is the first bonfire we get in the area. I want to be sure to rest at it. It's going to respawn the enemy up there, but that's okay. So we have to fight this guy again. All his attacks happen in triples, which is quite common for a lot of Dark Souls enemies. However, you don't want to be caught off guard. Oh, I ran out of stamina there. I got too greedy. Alright, so I got him before he's able to get in his third attack there. I was thinking I could finish him off before I ran out of stamina. Now this guy's gonna come out swinging his hammer pretty furiously, and I took a hit there. Okay, so he's dead, and he drops Sublime Bone Dust, and the enemy's rigged to drop it every time. A lot of enemies have like chances to drop something, but he dropped that Sublime Bone Dust, and that's something that we can use to it's going to benefit our Estus Flask, but it's not going to increase the amount of Estus Flask that we can carry. It's going to increase the amount that the Estus Flask heals per use. So we'll use that eventually when we go back to Majula, but for now let's beat up this guy. Okay, so I managed to kill him before he knocked me off the edge, and that's going to make this little pillar rise up out of this trapdoor. And if you notice that tower ahead of us, there's a bonfire sitting in like the second floor about, well, at the end of those stairs, there's a bonfire up there. But if you look below it, you might see a small like platform, and it's there's no like guardrails or anything. So, but if we pull the switch, we raise up a platform, and this is going to help us in the boss fight. I don't know if I'll fight the boss in this episode. 3 bosses in 1 episode is asking me a bit much, but I don't know how long we've actually been recording. Let me check, actually. So I exited out of the game right there. We've been recording for about 30 minutes, so I'm actually going to, actually, you know, I'm going to give you guys a long episode. I'm sorry. I'm sorry if the long episodes bother you, if they probably don't, considering there's probably like 3 of you that are watching this. Let's go fight the boss. So I'm actually just going to run past these guys because they're kind of annoying to actually fight all at the same time. And the boss that we're going to be fighting is quite easy, so I'm not even worried. So we're just going to trick this guy out. Actually, there's a chest over here I want to get, so hopefully he doesn't notice us yet. Those other guys are still going to follow us, but whatevs. So, attack me, please. Alright, he's gonna go for the attack. Okay, I got out of there. I didn't raise up all the columns like I said I was going to, so we have a bit smaller of a fighting arena, but Dragon Rider's a real easy boss. So once again, like the Pursuer boss fight, I'm going to rely mainly on dodging, because my shield doesn't do 100% physical resistance, so fighting bosses, they can still do quite a lot of damage to you through your shield. But I shouldn't even get hit fighting him, because as you can see, I'm doing quite a lot of damage to him. His armor is very weak, and as I said earlier, some people prefer to go fight this guy first before the Last Giant or the Pursuer, because they find those other bosses to be harder. Alright, so that was really easy. I didn't even get hit. So that's 3 bosses in one episode, and as we go through here, we'll be picking up on we'll find a bonfire. So, I'm going to end the episode here. If you liked the episode, if you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe, because that'll help out the channel a lot, and I mean, I'm really just doing this for fun, but if this could turn into something special, that'd be fantastic. So, I'm going to end the episode here, staring out into the distance, contemplating life. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.